What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Guild Pods. Last episode, we recapped on having our guest, Molly Walsh, come in, CA Molly. And now we do have another guest on our show. He's about to graduate. He's a campus minister. Please give it up for Ryan Murphy.
Thank you, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Good. So, Ryan, talk about yourself for a second. What do you do on campus? And how are you loving Iona right now?
I'm loving Iona. It's great. I do way too many things. Way too many things. I never have any time for anything and everything. But so I am a campus minister. I am part of the players. So the show's coming up. I know both of us are. We could probably talk about that for a bit. At some
for
point.
sure.
But the show and the singers, president of the singers, president of the Nightingales. What else do I do? Oh, I work for athletics too, and
Yes.
there's probably a couple other things, music ministry, and there's too many things going on, but it's
This
great.
this is so true because every time I see you, you're in another club. You have to go, and then you're just like, "All right, guys, I gotta run."
Yeah, I
all
know.
the time.
I know it's not even like staying at McDonald's. I'm like, all right, I'm picking up my food. I'm out. I'm going to work.
Well, when
tough.
we're in McDonald's, that's like after Young Life. Plus, that's like when no one has any involvement going on campus. Because trust me, I got very involved in the last 4 semesters, and I'm
Mhm.
exactly the same way. Like you saw me have to leave for the Young Life leadership training after singers that one time.
Yeah, I didn't even mention Young Life, but I'm also part of Young
Yeah.
Life.
I'm also part of Young Life. Actually, I don't know if I can mention this. I just got on the e-board for next semester. Yeah, so
the announcement's here.
yes.
That's great. Congrats.
Thank you. And I'm going to be working for the college because of how busy I am overall. But
Makes sense.
they really want me on the team for next semester. And we got a lot of stuff coming up very, very soon. A lot of mandatory meetings, a lot of stuff going on with how we're going to be placing everybody's positions and where people are going to be in for the schools. And just overall have a good time this upcoming semester for it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
And I know you unfortunately will not be a part of it. You will be missed, and everyone loves you, bro.
Oh, thank you, Tyler. Wow, man, get emotional here.
So, what's in your smoothie, by the way?
I got this blueberry strawberry protein shake. Francesca over in Vitanza. Oh,
Yeah.
she's the best. She hooks me up every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. This protein shake is delicious.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. What was it like coming in for you, like before now that you're a senior? Like, what was it like when you were looking at the school at the time?
Like
Because
coming from high school?
Yeah.
I was only looking at 4 schools, and they were all kind of spread out. But Iona was not at the time. It wasn't my first choice. I visited a couple times, and I was really looking at this other school in Pennsylvania, and I wanted to go there because I thought there's a lot more green spaces and there's a lot more things to do. I honestly thought that coming to Iona, I wasn't going to find things that I really wanted to do, and I wasn't going to be able to do all these things that I wanted to. Well, as you know from my intro, that was definitely untrue, and I now do way too many things, like I said. So definitely the right decision. But I came here for the opportunities, and those opportunities
absolutely.
definitely came true here.
It was the same thing for me coming in because I wasn't sure if I was going to pick Iona. I was mainly going in because of the performing arts for college. Like, I'm an arts leadership major. What I want to do after I leave is start a business in music, do teaching, and also be able to perform. That would be amazing. And that's kind of what my direction is right now. And so when I came into Iona, I was already accepting the school. I had already at the time looked at a couple of things I got invited to. I got invited to one of the basketball games for Quinnipiac. I got invited to watch Cabaret when it was first
Great show.
in the show. It was amazing. That's when I got to meet like all the Iona players at the time, and also Kelly herself too. And then after that, it just kind of went to me being able to open up to my parents, being like, guys, I'm choosing Iona, which I have a funny story about that because there was one day where we had a big birthday party for my mom at my place, and I live in the city. So I had a lot of my friends there, a lot of my family members there, and also just family friends from like the area. And then like we were like about to hand out gifts and stuff, and I came up with one announcement after we like had the birthday cake and everything. I decided that I was going to tell my mom that I have an announcement, and I open up with me and my dad opening up like our hoodies,
Mhm.
and it says Iona Gales on it.
Nice.
And then she was so happy for me that I finally made my decision where I wanted to go to college. And then she started crying. It was like the most beautiful thing that
Wow, that's
night.
so nice.
So that was just basically me making my decision, telling my family that this is the school I'm going to go to. And then about, I think, a weekish and a half later, I ended up making my deposit, and then I was ready to go.
Very
And then
nice.
I joined the CAP program. I ended up joining Gale Success. I ended up joining Senator for Student Government Association. I became a part of the Players, Singers, and Pep Band. I am now also an orientation leader. I'm also a Gale guide. I'm also a part of the mission and ministry, performing arts, and Young Life Now, the National Leadership Society program.
Mm,
I'm gonna get inducted into that this semester.
nice.
And God, there's so many things I do on campus too, man. I can't even keep track. And I'm
Mhm.
waiting for the RA position.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I'm also very likely gonna become a missionary leader as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, you got a lot on your plate too.
Yeah. So it's going really, really well. And Atlantic City's coming up for you
I
guys. You're
know.
gonna go.
Are you going as well or
I
not?
can't.
Ah, okay, it's
I'm
fine.
going. I'm actually doing a study abroad right now for
Okay.
spring break. I'm going to
That's right.
Scotland.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
Doc,
Scotland. That's gonna be awesome.
Dr. Robinson's class.
Yeah. Yeah. Your girlfriend and I just came back from Ireland on the mission trip, which is awesome.
How was that?
It was fantastic. Love that. Um, it was really we walked the footsteps of Blessed Edmund Rice, who's the founder of the Christian Brothers and Iona's Christian Brothers School, which was fantastic. Learned the history of the Christian Brothers, learned the history of Ireland, and ultimately where like Iona kind of came from and where it started and the ideals behind it. And then we served the second half of the trip in like a soup kitchen and a homeless shelter in 2 schools. It was just a really phenomenal time. Would recommend to anyone out there who wants to go to Ireland or on any mission trip. The mission trips are amazing.
Oh yeah.
And you also went on a mission trip, didn't you?
I went to Peru. Yes, I did. And it was Olivia that was leading the trip, and then I ended up kind of co-leading at some point because
Nice.
I was like the only sophomore there. So she was just like, just make sure that everybody's all good. Like we go back to the house and everything. Everybody that was in the house when we were there, brother Casey, who else was there? Kevin, Jose.
Oh, love those
I'm
guys.
I'm only mentioning this to you because you actually went to Peru
Right, I went
last
to
year,
Peru last year. Yeah.
and they were also good. Marco as well.
Of course,
Um,
Marco. Yeah.
Marco, and then just some of the rest of the families, and it was definitely an experience going. I gotta say, because then we went up to the mountains and we oversaw the area of Peru, and not the Andes. I forgot what it was called.
It is. It's the
Well,
foothills.
it's like the foothills
Yeah,
of the Andes,
Yeah.
and like we were building a house as well.
Mhm.
And when we saw the house from the distance, we were just like, wow, we did that. We actually just made history right here in
Mhm.
Peru, in Lima.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I'm going to keep doing this and serve my mission and God's work, then this is something that I want to even do off to the side just to help out with the community, do community service.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I really want to do that hike that you guys did. I wanted so bad, and I was like one of like 2 people in the group that wanted to. But I heard that this year you guys didn't have to walk nearly as far
No, we
to
did
to
not.
do the house. So when we had to do it, we had to go. So first off, for context, the place where we were like staying is like on I would say a mountain. It's a small mountain, but you have to like walk a good distance to get up there. So we every day before we were even able to build the house, we had to walk down this mountain, around this other mountain, and back up further up a mountain. It was a legit 30-minute walk
Oh my
every
gosh.
single day, there and back. And so everyone was pooped.
Oh
And
my
I was
god.
like, man, come on, we're in Peru. Like, let's just do it. But
Yeah,
they didn't want to, and I'm like, okay, I can't
that's
blame
so
you.
funny because we just had to walk up 5 or 10 minutes up
Mm.
to one of the houses,
Lucky.
and like this family was so blessed and grateful
Mm.
to have Jesus on their side and to also like see these young college students working community service in the house. Now, when we were at the brother's house in the Andes, we had to literally use bucket water to flush the dirty water. And then there was
Mhm.
another bucket where we had to use it over our heads like a shower. And the reason why we were doing it is because, it's like we were being mistreated or something. Like, no, like we're putting into our perspective about how these people live.
Yeah, because
And
they don't
that's
have
what
any
they don't
running.
have any electricity.
They don't
Yeah,
have running water. It's
exactly.
yeah, which is crazy to think about. And like one of the things that I realized from Peru is that like you're there and you're experiencing that culture, obviously, but like I never really felt clean per se. Like the bucket showers were fine. Like we were fine with like one bucket or so and like a little soap and whatnot. You figured it out. It was cold, yeah.
Yeah,
Did you like it? Probably not very much, but I was like I never felt like clean.
I loved it.
Yeah, no, I did.
I
I did
loved
too.
it.
But I was like, once I came back to the U.S., I'm like, that's interesting. Like they might never really feel super that clean
I
all the
was
time.
I was super brave doing it too because when brother Casey told me about it, I was like, "Whoa." I wasn't even upset or scared by it. I was like, "Wow.
Mm,
This is real life." And like I've done so many brave things like this too. Like I've been able to like put my like use my hands and pour like cold water over my head with the bucket. I've been able to like run outside in the snow almost naked, not entirely in
mhm.
swim shorts into a
Okay.
sauna.
Thank you for that. Thank you. I needed that.
And then also be able to like dip my head in like below freezing water, come up. Like I've done so many brave things like this.
Mhm,
It's really cool. But no, in all seriousness, to get back on track, with the whole like bucket water thing and like seeing the Andes and then going down to one of the markets where they were like selling like snacks and stuff. Like it felt like still a regular town and
mhm.
city, but just not really with the stuff that we have here. And
Right.
I have to say that I'm super grateful to have this type of stuff
Mhm.
because I know that some other people don't. And I just have to say that being able to be with those kids in the community, being able to work with the summer camp, those kids love me, by the
Oh
way.
my gosh, those
Oh my
kids,
God.
yeah.
They looked up to me. I was there, and then they gave me like the craziest dap up. I'm like, this is like 21st century. Like, oh my gosh. And
Mhm.
we spoke Spanish to each other. I'm half Cuban, so I was like being able to connect with them and stuff like
That's
that.
nice.
And they were learning like proper English too. I was teaching them and like working with the little kids too. But the middle school kids, they love me because I was
Wow.
also a camp counselor as well for a couple years,
Mhm.
and like doing these things at the summer camp and also being able to go to the pool and like hang out with them. And then we had to leave. It was like kind of sad just because they
Mhm.
missed all of us.
Yeah.
And we actually did have two other translators who were Peruvian,
Mhm.
Chloe and Ayana.
Gotcha.
Uh, Great girls, by the way. And
Mhm.
then we had not Chloe, sorry, Alex, who was also in the Gales Go Further program, and then also Ryan Saunders, who was also part of the trip as well. Now I know that when McKenna told me about Chloe and Alex, that they all did the Gales Go Further program, which was like basically a part of the Gale service grant, except like you're in there for like at least the first week of school, and
The
it's
Get
like
Moving program,
the
yes.
grant moving
Yes,
program,
yes,
not
yes.
the further program. The the Gales Get Moving
Yeah,
program,
yeah.
and it seemed really cool. I wish I did it when I first
Mm,
came, but I never really got the chance to. I did the CAP program because
mm,
of like not to say like special needs or disabilities, but
mhm.
just being able to have more extra time on things to work with and tests and stuff because I had some of those struggles when I was younger, but I've done much better with it. I serve around a good 3.75 GPA
Nice,
and
nice.
just did really well. Like I'm not an honor student.
Mhm.
I kind of wish I did the program,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to put that much pressure on me. I
No,
know
that's fair.
I know you're in the honors pro.
Yeah, I'm in the honors. It has its ups and downs. There's really great benefits to it, like having I feel like a Gale guide right now, so I'm speaking. Um, it's you get like a scholarship and you can take summer classes or like winter classes for mostly for free. Like they do a huge discount on it,
Mhm.
which is nice. So like that, I was able to get ahead with that. But I will say that working on my thesis, really a lot of work, and I was like, I had so my thesis was on the NIL and on sports, like how college athletes can now make money, and so I was just doing like basically a huge like research project on that, and it was like I was working on it 2 semesters ago, and I got to like 20 pages, and I'm like, oh, like thank goodness, like I'm finally like done. And I brought it to my advisor, and he's like, yeah, so like you got a lot of work to do.
Most time, by the way.
Yeah, of course. You got a lot of work to do, and I'm like, I literally was like so defeated. I'm like, bro, I spent so much time. But I revised it, and 25. I ended up with like 25 or 26 pages and like 50 something sources.
Wow,
Crazy.
that's insane. I'm glad that you've been able to do it though.
Mhm.
Guys, we are gonna take a break for a second, but we will come back very, very shortly. Purple button. Oh yeah, sorry. Save the date. The women's her story dinner March 7th in the Burke Lounge at 5 p.m. hosted by the Council of Academic and Special Interest Clubs. Come see the keynote speaker, New Rochelle Mayor Yadira Ramos Herbert. Free food and drinks will be provided. Business casual attire recommended. Recommended. Follow, quote unquote, Iona Academics Clubs on Instagram for more information. We can get right back into it, I'm guessing. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. We just got back and we're gonna keep it rolling. So the honors thesis.
Yeah.
How did you do on it?
Well, I'm assuming good because it was accepted. That's all I know. It was accepted, but I got to present it this spring.
Okay.
So we'll see. But after finally wrote the last page, I'm like, I never want to talk about the NIL again. I never want to see it and see the word. But it's okay. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I guess if you really needed a good project and good thing for your portfolio, then it's really nice to have.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have to do it every year?
No. It's just like this is like my senior thesis.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm guessing that's like talking about like the NIL and then like also like stuff that you've done.
Yeah. So like I connected it with like, see, because like I don't know how much you follow sports, but like with college sports, like at least you're an Iona fan, and you know probably the last like 2 years, almost all of the Iona players have left on the men's basketball side, and I think it's a direct result of the NIL because now that college athletes can maybe make money, it's harder at a smaller school like Iona to make that kind of money, and we don't have those funds like that a big school would have. So like the players are leaving and trying to see what's out there, and it's kind of a little difficult to retain players. So it affected me personally kind of because I work with athletics and Iona fan. So
I love college sports in general. Just to make that clear, I'm a huge Iona fan. I love watching the games. I'm praying that we do make it through MAC this season, both women's and men's. And we do have a good team this year. I do think Tobin Anderson is also a really good coach and a really good guy too. I've seen him in the gym doing the Stairmasters before.
Oh my gosh, Tobin Anderson's so funny for that. I remember right when he got like hired by Iona. So it was my sophomore year after Rick Pitino left. He got hired, and there's this one really warm day that we were just all out on the field doing stuff, and I remember Tobin Anderson was up in the gym, I think on the treadmill or something. And like, you know how the treadmills like overlook the field.
Yeah.
And we were all playing wiffle ball out there. And I remember seeing later, like he tweeted about us playing wiffle ball. He's like, oh man, it seemed like I was missing a great wiffle ball game out there. And my former roommate Logan was like dying. He was like, oh my gosh, like Tobin Anderson saw us playing.
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
You were roommates with Logan Balson?
Yeah.
You didn't know that? No.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
Yeah. Logan
wait,
Balson
freshman year.
Freshman year, yeah.
So wait, Loftus floor 7?
62.
62. So
yes.
That's honors floor. And then it's you, Logan. Who else is in that suite?
This guy named Flood who doesn't go here anymore, and Connor Murray. Who's now my
Connor Murray. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
That's a trio-ish duo and a half right there.
Trio-ish duo and a half. Yeah,
because it's you and Connor, but then it's also you and Logan. So I'm like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, we had a great time. I miss freshman year sometimes. It's like I love all the things I'm doing, but I had so much more free time freshman year.
Can you guess really quickly what hall I lived in freshman year?
You live in East, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where do I live now?
Oh man, do I know where you live? I'm gonna guess Hales.
Nope.
Knees?
Okay, which floor?
Oh, let's go 4th floor.
No. I live on the same floor as Robbie, actually.
I don't think that helps me. I'm sorry.
You're very close.
I'm gonna go
though.
third floor.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Third floor Canese.
I live in room 32 in Canese. I'm roommates with Andrew Pagan.
Nice. Oh.
And, yes.
Love that guy.
My suite mate right by is Osei.
Oh. What a squad, honestly.
And then the suite all the way in front, Gail with the camera, Kevin Hayes.
Oh my gosh.
And Nick Mole are roommates.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
then the other dorm is Chris, Hart, and Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a squad in there.
Yeah, that is definitely a squad.
Yeah.
Dang. I should come visit you guys sometime.
Yeah. The original lineup for the room, because we switched it around a little bit. I can't go too much into context because it was kind of a time, but I lived with Vinny originally. He was my original roommate.
Gotcha.
But he's commuting now.
Gotcha.
Aaron, who was on the rowing team, was
yeah.
Osei's roommate.
Okay.
He moved to Rice.
Gotcha.
But yeah, then Andrew ended up becoming my roommate.
Nice.
And right now, if I don't get the RA position, I'm planning on being roommates with Pietro Lardi, if you know who that is.
I feel like I do, but I'd have to see a picture. But that
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. He's media strategic communications major. He works a little bit with Joe, actually.
Okay, then I might.
It's this kid on the right.
Oh, I've seen him around.
Yes,
I don't really know him. No.
I'm really close with him. Like, if like I'm ever hanging out with like the boys and like I just want to like be able to chill, like have a nice time around the suites and stuff. We usually hang out at his place. Very rarely he comes to my place, but I usually hang out in Hales with him.
I see.
Because he invites me to like watch the Rangers game and then like the WWE Elimination SmackDown.
I've never been a WWE fan.
I love WWE.
Really?
I love it. I love it.
Interesting.
Me and my brother Cameron were really huge WWE fans growing up. And when we had a PlayStation 2, we would play WWE SmackDown 06. And then we ended up playing
06. Wow.
Yeah. And that was a long way back. Guitar Hero 3. And then we also played one of the skate games as well.
Okay.
And then we also had Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy.
Oh
Oh my gosh!
That is the best game. It's so good.
When I tell you, when I become an RA, I'm going to have my room super duper retro.
Wow.
Like, I'm going to bring in the Wii. I might actually try to get a PS2 and an Xbox 360 in the dorm and then have skateboards and guitars. Like, my room's going to be like 90s, 2000s. Like, that's going to be my...
That'd be cool.
And then if wherever I'm placed, I'm gonna have that my theme.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like
very aesthetic.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, I love like playing video games and stuff, but I'm not a big gamer. I only have a Wii. I have a Wii, and the Wii now shuts down after like 20 minutes because it's so old. It really stinks. So I'm like, sometimes I'm just in the middle of a great game of what's it, Backyard Baseball.
Backyard.
Yeah. No,
baseball.
it's the GameCube.
I know what that game is.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. But sometimes I'm in the middle of that or Madden 2005.
Madden
2005. Yeah,
I had 06.
Okay,
that's so crazy.
I mean, they're great games, but they're so old. But yeah, it just like shuts down. I'm like, man, my brother and I, we go crazy. Cooking Mama Cook Off. I don't know if you know that one. That's a good. That's not.
That's an underrated game. Too.
Underrated.
Did you ever have Big Buck Hunter? Please tell me you did.
I didn't. No.
Oh my god! I had some of those are like the really biggest indie like Wii games. Have you ever had a game called Battle of the Bands by any chance?
No, I didn't have that.
I had that, and then I also had a Where's Waldo game on the Wii. Yeah,
what do you do with the Where's Waldo game on the Wii? You just like search around and look for him.
Basically, yeah.
That's hype though. I love Where's Waldo.
And then I also had a roller coaster game on the Wii too. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
And I think at some point I had a Sims game, but
okay.
Yeah. But then like the regular Nintendo games like Brawl, Mario Kart Wii, Mario and Sonic, 2008 and 2012.
I never had Mario and Sonic, but I did like them. I played them before.
I'm not a huge gamer either, but I was hype on all of those games because me and my friends, when we were younger, like we would all come to my place. Nice. And like I would usually be like the leader of my friend groups too.
Of course, naturally,
younger. Yes. Yeah. And I would like I'm very good at planning as well. Even when I was younger, and like getting everybody together, even after like playing basketball or like soccer or
Yeah.
like baseball, like in like our little leagues, and like just come over back at my place, have a nice evening,
Nice.
afternoon. And we were, how do I explain this? Oh God, this is actually memories right here. So we would have some people playing on the Wii U at the time when it was the Wii U. And then some of my friends would be in my room playing the Xbox One, like playing Call of Duty and all that stuff. And then there was just others just kind of chilling around and stuff like that. And just I would make time for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like how I do here in this school.
Of course. Yeah.
And then like it's so funny though, because when I became a senator and like started getting involved in school, and then like I started saying hi to people left and right, and then people were just like, "Bro, like Tyler, how does everybody know you?" And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I feel like you and I are similar in that.
Yeah.
Right? Like we know a lot of people, and because of that, a lot of people know us too.
Yeah.
We're just like friendly faces around campus.
And we're both also very busy around
Yeah,
campus
we're involved.
too.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're known for your luscious locks.
And then you're also known for like that voice. I'm just Ken, and then also like
I'm just
Athleisha, like you with the camera as well during the game, just being like,
yeah. I know. I'm always there. It's fun. I love working for athletics. Like it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
Do you get paid for that or no?
Yeah, there's like a stipend involved. No, if they're listening, it's not enough. No, I'm just okay. No, it's great. It's great, and I love it. But no, the cool part is like I've gotten to travel with the teams a little bit too. So like the MAC tournament coming up, I get to travel with them for free now. I went to Florida for a tournament with the men's team, and I went to Buffalo, or Niagara, I should say.
Yeah.
So like I've gone to a couple cool places, and Maryland as well. It's just cool to travel a little bit and to do work. Now I don't know if I actually probably do know that I'm not going to be doing sports media for like a lot of my life. It's fun. I enjoy it. But
well, you're a digital media major, right?
I'm a digital media major, and like it's good. And I will probably it'll be some part of my life in somewhat some form, but it's not going to be like my main thing that I'm going to.
Let me guess your minor if you do have.
I don't have one.
You don't have one. Okay.
No, because I'm doing the 4+1 program, so I get
that
a
makes
master's
sense.
and undergrad.
Funny enough, I'm actually a media strategic communications minor.
Nice.
I declared it very recently too.
Okay,
because
that's why you're doing this.
I love doing the podcasting, but also I want to start my own professional podcast show even after this.
Okay,
I think it'd be a good side career.
You're gonna keep the name? You're gonna change it up?
They might change it up, honestly.
Okay.
I might make it like the T Gilly show or something.
T Gilly show,
or maybe like the T Money show. I don't know.
Money. Oh my gosh. Woo.
Yeah.
Fire name.
No, I got some creative ideas. Also, by the way, besides the show, after Sideshow, because I don't think the people know, but the show for us is coming up the 27th to the 30th. So save the date, y'all. Me and Ryan are both in it. We're both part of the ensemble and as many different characters.
Yeah.
And just looking forward to it.
It's gonna be so good. The music is great. The dancing is great.
Yeah.
The acting is great. The show is great.
Super duper underrated too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like nobody knows about it. And I feel like that's why you should come watch it.
Yeah, I feel like really it has a bit of a love-hate relationship, but I do feel like as we're working in it, we're also making a good production because Jason Sommers is such a great director.
So good. Man, I see him. He's such a good actor. Like he is. I mean, probably the best actor I've ever seen, like in person.
Yeah.
Like he literally every single line, he's just like, oh, like do it like this, and I'm like, wow, oh wow, that was good. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he's just like, do it like this, like or like something else, like something crazy.
There was this one rehearsal. I don't know if you were there or not, but like he yelled as if he was Jake in this one line, and everyone was like,
oh, I was there.
You were there? Yeah.
I was
all like
standing
jumped.
by
We're like, oh my gosh, where did this come from?
I wasn't surprised. I knew he was gonna do that.
yeah, it was.
He's the least serious person that I know
on
this entire campus. Well, he's serious when he comes to work, but like less serious when it comes to so much fun things.
Yeah,
he
is really fun.
Always takes a good joke. I remember he said yesterday, he was like, Tyler, did you bring your tap shoes? Did you get the memo? And I'm like, excuse me?
Excuse me? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, don't really play with me, Jason.
I really did wish that I could have done shows throughout all my Iona career.
That would have been so good.
It would have been like I'm having the time of my life. Like it's a blast every single rehearsal for me, at least. And like learning the dances, learning the songs. I'm just like having so much fun and like hanging like the people. I mean, like you and everyone. I already knew most of the people because of like performing arts and whatnot.
Of
But
course.
just like being able to spend so much extra time that I didn't have in the past with them, it's been really, really tremendous, and I've loved it.
Oh yeah, well you've done singers, you guys started Nightingales,
Yeah.
and then you weirdly enough, as I came here, you started like 2 clubs on this campus. Well, I don't know about Nightingales.
Nightingales was more that I started in a sense.
Okay.
It's not its own club. It's like part of singers, but like the acapella aspect of it, being I don't know, it's just distinct group. So like I'm music director for that, and I just decided to do that one semester. I was just like, you know what, I want to do something, and I have amazing talent around me. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But I helped start Young Life. I didn't start it myself. There's a group of us that did it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That's really cool.
and that's been great to do that.
Yeah. And with Young Life, like when I saw you there, and then like Eric was telling me, like you basically started like the club here on campus, and then like Eric came over here, and then when you guys like started to do like this collaboration, it was like it went worldwide. Like everybody came to Young Life.
Yeah, I would say that Eric put in a lot more work than I did, because I told him that I was like, hey, I'm really involved in a lot of things, and I want this to happen, but I can't run it, because if I run it, it's not going to go well, because I'm not going to have the time to put into it. So I'm like, I can get you the places you need to like have permission to get into, and like I can get you connected and get people to go, but like you're gonna have to run it. And he did it, and we worked really great together. And now I'm like, look at we honestly might be like one of the biggest clubs on campus, because we get
100%.
consistent like 40 plus people every week.
Oh my gosh, yes. And with that being said too, like Young Life has become so popular in the past like year and a half now. And I'm about to be an e-board member.
Yeah.
And this is so funny because I came from a fashion club photo shoot. Which
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture right now from it. You probably saw my story already. But these,
Yeah.
oh my god. I got these from Angelina. She doesn't go
Nice.
here
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
But
No, she's a grad student.
well, she's
I
a
think.
grad student, but
I work
she
with her in Marcom.
yeah,
Yeah.
but she did the photography. I got it from her camera. Don't mind this. Nick, my roommate Nick Mull took a picture of me.
Nice.
Yeah, so these
Fire fit.
Oh.
The gold with the black, everything else.
100%.
That's nice.
And then after that, I came to Young Life, and I remember Steve asked Charles to do the prayer, and then he asked me to do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready. Dear Heavenly Father. And
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a nice prayer.
Thank you.
It's funny. You put in like the joke in prayer. I always love to throw in a joke.
Me too, man.
Because I'm just like, it's so personal, and I just really like it.
What did I say again? That was the
Oh, I don't remember.
No, it was the Dear Heavenly Father thing. Thank you so much for having me here. I know I just came from a fashion club photo shoot, and I'm a little late, but you know what? I'm here.
Yeah,
Let's go. God did.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just did the rest of the prayer, and just led that on really well. And then everybody was just like, Tyler, amazing prayer, bro.
Yeah.
And my friend Joseph was just like, God always does, bro. And then
dude.
God did. That song is so funny, but it's so like not always the most religious aspect. That's why I'm very careful about music that I listen to this very day.
Yeah, I'm actually for Lent. I'm trying to like give up. Not that I'm like the biggest rap listener or like super like explicit music, but like I'm like, all right, if it comes on, I'm gonna skip it for Lent. Or I'm gonna try.
I
Many other things I'm doing, but for that, one other thing.
I love hip hop though.
I know, me too.
I've actually, funny enough, very recently as I've started to get older, I've been listening to a lot less rock now. I've been into every genre, but like I've been listening to a lot more hip hop and R&B and lo-fi.
Okay.
And then every now and then indie or alternative. Like I won't lie, I listened to Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus the other day. And one of my favorite songs of all time. But you know, it's just I love every type of genre at least.
Me too. I'm like, my Spotify is all over the board. It's like crazy. You go from movie soundtrack to acapella to old time rock and roll to rap. Like and it's like literally song after song. It's like, it's wild. But I love all music. Well, I like a lot of music. I like most music that's actually musical.
Yeah, me too.
And then there's some that's like, I don't know, some mumble rap. I'm like, all right.
Mumble rap is crazy. No, I love the 90s East Coast, West Coast hip hop.
You know, honestly, 90s is my least listened to genre.
Are you serious?
I love 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe touch a little 80s, and then like 90s and then some 2000s depending on.
Oh, well, you're a huge Elvis fan too.
I do love Elvis.
So
Elvis
that
is good.
I know that's one of your favorite artists. Do you?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if Elvis is one. He's good. He's great.
Yeah.
But the Beach Boys are up there.
Beach Boys.
Go ahead.
Well, for me, I mean, in that genre, for me, it's like Elvis Presley, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
I love Charlie Parker.
Okay.
I love Buddy Rich.
Okay.
I love Jerry Lee Lewis.
Nice. Yeah. They're just like fun.
Mama Dog Thornton, I like as well.
Dude,
Mama
yeah.
Thornton. But then like it comes to the 60s, and I love the B-52s. I love the Doors.
The Doors, yeah.
I love
there's like
the
a
Beach
lot of,
Boys.
Yeah, the Beach Boys, the Monkeys, the Animals. There's like
the
a bunch
Monkeys,
of
the Animals,
like
yes.
random, yeah.
And then if it's like 70s, I would say for me, I love AC/DC, Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
I'm not too big of a 70s guy, honestly.
I like Guns N' Roses. I'm a fan of them as well.
Yeah. And then the 80s is more like new wave, so like Tears for Fears, Devo, and all those. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 90s, my favorite hip hop rapper is actually in this decade, MF Doom.
MF Doom.
Yeah.
Don't really know.
No. Well, I would say he's sort of underground, but like a lot of his songs in that time period were very much hits, and he worked alongside a lot of rappers that you would know of to this day, like Dr. Dre as a producer.
I do know Dr. Dre
and Eminem, but he unfortunately passed away a few years ago due to like I think Parkinson's disease, but also cardiac arrest.
Very sad.
Yeah. But no, I love music overall.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, I wanted to mention.
Yes.
So my friend Michael Montiel and Brett Buono and a couple of other people are trying to start an intramural football team.
It's funny. He already asked me. Mike did.
And he asked me, and I'm like, I love playing sports, and I've played sports competitively when I was younger. I've never played football like competitively.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't either. Well, recess football back in middle school.
Yes.
Very competitive. And
they always made me quarterback.
Really?
Because of my arm. I'm like a really good thrower.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I really want to / would like to, but I don't have enough time. Obviously, as you know, all the things I'm involved in, like I literally don't have time now. Come April, if you guys are doing it, I might. I love playing football. And like I told Mike that I would consider in April when I don't have the show and basketball season's over, then I might have a little. Oh, I'm also part of the practice squad. I never said that, but I'm a part of the practice team for the women's basketball.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's I love playing football, and I would at any time play football if I had a chance.
I love football. Like I love watching NFL all in general too. And I think that the Super Bowl did really well this year, along with like their halftime show. I know it was kind of questionable, but I had a feeling that the Eagles were going to make the cut this year.
It was I didn't like the Super Bowl personally, but I also wasn't invested in the NFL as much as I usually am this year. Usually was this year, because the Jets were trash.
Wait, you're a Jets fan?
I'm a Jets fan, yeah. So this is the first year I ever stopped watching the Jets because I was so disappointed. It was terrible.
We're a Giants family.
Okay, well, you have a little more recent success, but not too recent for either of us.
Do you watch hockey?
No, not at all.
Oh, baseball?
I am a Yankees fan.
Me too.
Like my dad is so disappointed in me that I don't like watch the Yankees because he watches like every game and loves them, and I'm just like, bro, baseball's so boring. I can't do it.
Similar but opposite. My dad loves baseball. He's a Mets fan though. Okay. I'm a Yankees kid.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How did you become a Yankees fan?
So funny story. I grew up with the Mets family, but the thing is, with my former babysitter, who I was very close with, like she was basically like my second grandmother. She told me that she wanted to go to Yankees games like occasionally when I was younger, and she lived in Spanish Harlem. Now, me being very like half Cuban, and my dad is as well, and just me going over to Spanish Harlem, like my babysitter was fully Puerto Rican, and I've connected really well with her family and stuff like that. And that's when I started speaking Spanish a little bit. Learned a lot of curse words, which I shouldn't have learned when I was younger, because I used to jump around like the couches after recess, like saying like curse words, and I'm not minding my dad like hearing it, but whenever my mom would come over, I would try to act like a good boy, and she would already know.
That's funny.
But no, back to what I was saying. We were we went to Yankee Stadium almost a lot together, and ever since then, like I've been a huge Derek Jeter fan, and when he retired, I was very, very sad. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch the Yankees
Mm,
anymore. But then I see some of my other favorite players play, like Judge or Soto. So not anymore Soto, but
yeah. Tier.
yeah. But Luis Hill, who is my favorite player,
Because of the
last
shared
name.
last name.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Me and my dad have this funny thing where he's like our like my second cousin,
Mhm.
but I don't think that's gonna be true. But
You never
no,
know. Maybe.
I love baseball in general. That's probably one of my favorite sports to watch, and hockey.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I do like watching hockey. I just don't have enough time. Like, if I were to rank my sports right now, I would say college basketball because of Iona. Because of
College,
like,
okay.
I just love watching Iona games because I know all the players like personally, and so it just like makes it that much like better. Like when I don't know when Judy hits a three, I'm like hyped because I'm like, oh, let's go, it's Judy. Like I know Judy so well.
Gomez.
Yeah. So like or like the same with the men's team.
Fajardo.
I love KB and I mean I love everyone, but like
Everyone, yeah.
Justin and like
Justin.
yeah. And so like when they do well, I'm doing well too, and I'm like getting into the game, and I'm right there on the sidelines with the camera, and I'm like, let's go, like come on defense right now, like let's start this run. Like I'm going crazy, and I don't even like. I feel like the refs are probably gonna like kick me out at some point, but because I just be like spewing too much stuff at them. But yeah, it's just you're just there and you're in the moment, and then like you want to feel it too, and you want to feel it.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then like with the men's basketball team, it's funny because half of them are in my classes this year.
Oh,
There's
really?
there's like one or two in my Spanish class, but most of the athletes are in my math class. You know Professor Brand by any chance?
I don't think so. No.
I have him for function analysis for business. This year, by far the easiest class I've taken.
I see.
And I'm taking it because I have to take a math class. It's required for my core requirements right now.
Gotcha.
But that class is so funny. I thought I was gonna hate it at first because we ended up going into the class. I was a minute late, and he was just like, "Come on, the class is about to start. It's a minute late." And then like I could tell like everything was so packed in the class that I'm just like, "There's one seat left," but it's so like between two girls that like I didn't mind if I was sitting anywhere with other people. Like I love making friends, but it was so tight that I'm just like, I'm gonna grab a seat back there. And he was just like, those seats don't exist. And I was like, I'm gonna hate this class.
That's funny.
But then the second day came, I loved it.
Oh, okay.
My favorite class
really?
of all time.
As a math class?
Yes.
Interesting. Now I took one. I had to take calculus for honors not this semester, but when I was at Iona. I took AP Calc in high school. This is crazy. The only test I ever studied for my senior or junior year, I don't remember now. I think senior year. Only test I ever studied for, whatever year it was AP Calc, and that's the only test that I did not pass.
Oh no!
Yeah, I got a 2 on the AP, and so Iona didn't count it.
Oh no!
And it was crazy though because like we were in cohorts so it was my senior year, so we were in cohorts because of like COVID, and so for like half the year I was the only kid in my class in person on the days where I was in school. Wow. So like I was answering all the questions just fine. I did decently on like tests and everything, and then it came to the AP and I just like struggled. Anyways, so then I had to retake it when I got here, and I had Srilal Krishnan, who a lot of people have many interesting things to say, but I loved him. He was great, and I got 100 on the first test, and he was like, "Oh, like Ryan, like nice job on the test," and I was like, "Oh, like thank you." After that moment, he did not care anything that I did. I was on my laptop. I was watching women's games, like the women's basketball games when they were playing. I was watching YouTube, but I still participated more than like anyone else in the class. And there was this one day I showed up like 45 minutes late to class. And I was like, I stayed after. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry for being late." He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I know you're busy." I'm like, "Gosh, Srilal Krishnan, thanks, man." Yeah. Like he was cool.
That's funny. No, I love the men's basketball team though. And like watching them before even coming to Iona, I was like, wow, this is like one of the most peak moments seeing Rick Pitino do his thing on the field, and he is one of the best college coaches I've ever seen of all time. Like I've even watched so many short reels of him. Like people consider him probably one of the best college basketball coaches to ever exist. Went from Iona to St. John's, and before doing college sports, was the coach for the Knicks for a while back in the day.
Yeah, he was doing college. He was really good in college. With Kentucky and Louisville and Providence. I think Providence. And like he did good with all those programs. Obviously, winning a couple titles, a couple natties, and then obviously the scandal. And then he was also in the NBA for a little bit with the Knicks and Celtics, and did not do hot in the NBA though.
Oh yeah, at the time.
And I know a lot of Iona fans are a little sour because he left us. I honestly don't care. Like, I think if I were in his shoes, I would make the same choice that he made. And yes, I know, like, I'd love to have him here. I love Tobin Anderson. He was a great coach, and we did a lot of winning when he was here. But I would have probably made the same decision because you're going to a better conference. You have way more options, like with the NIL that I was talking about. Like, it just made sense. But I'm a St. John's fan. I worked there over the summer. And
I'm part St. John's fan too.
So I've been watching all the games.
My parents, both of them went to St. John's for their undergrad. My dad had switched to John Jay Criminal Justice because my dad ended up becoming a criminal justice major. But they went to the Queens campus, and I'm also part St. John's fan as well because like they weren't at the Queens campus. They were at the Staten Island campus. But I'm partially a huge fan of them as well because of my family, and also with Rick Pitino leaving to go to St. John's, I think it was probably a better decision than staying here because he also got offered so much more tuition and money just by coaching at another school. Now, with that being said, I love Tobin, and funny enough, Fairleigh Dickinson University was going to be one of my top picks for going to college, the Florham campus, not the TNEC one.
Okay,
but the Florham campus is really, really good, and oh yeah, I'm gonna stop that for now. We're supposed to go to a different topic.
Go to read.
Oh, ad read. For this again?
Nope, this.
Oh, this. Oh yeah, press the button.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, this is Anthony Carlo, TV news reporter in New York City and proud alum. If you're looking for a career in media, Iona is the place to be. From internships to real-world experience, Iona's media program is unprecedented. Take it from an industry professional who made it in the biz.
Now back to WIUR, Iona University Radio.
All right, beautiful. Sorry about that pause, guys, for the advertisement. We're doing a little bit of a promotion right now, so which is why there's a little bit of cuts. But anyways, as we were saying about the basketball thing, is it still going right now?
No, I think it's ending. It's just
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm so sorry. I'm not used to this yet.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No. But yeah, Fairleigh Dickinson, and it was one of my top picks. That Iona, Adelphi University, and also Marist were like a top four. Nice. Then I narrowed it down. Fairleigh Dickinson was off the list.
Okay.
But school had so much energy though.
Really?
It's really, really cool. I know a few of my friends that go to the Florham campus, and I want to visit them soon one day because I miss my high school and childhood friends that go there right now. But that, and then I was actually going to ask you.
Yeah.
Because you said when you were watching the games in high school, where did you actually go for high school?
I went to Our Lady of Lourdes, so I'm from upstate New York.
Oh, you're from upstate. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, it's like 10 minutes from Marist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're near Poughkeepsie area.
Yeah, I'm like, my house is like 30 minutes away, but my school was in Poughkeepsie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah? You like Poughkeepsie?
I love the area because you're like nearby the Hudson River.
Yeah.
Marist literally is connected.
It's on the Hudson River.
To the Hudson River.
Yeah. Yeah, when
beautiful campus.
I did a semester of rowing in high school, so we used the Marist boathouse when we were there. So it was fun. I loved rowing.
Why didn't you join the team here?
Well, one, I'm already too committed, as we've discussed. But also, I'm not trying to wake up at like 4 a.m.
Me neither.
Every day. Because I love my beauty sleep, and I'm staying up late at nights with rehearsals and everything else. So I'm like,
there's so much I can do to wake up early in the morning, go to the gym, or like play basketball or like any sport, but not wake up at 3 or 4. Like I need to have at least 7 plus hours of sleep. and then just be good for the day.
Yeah, me too. I prioritize sleep. I don't drink any caffeine, nothing. I'm like, I'm good with my sleep. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, me sometimes with caffeine. Well,
The Celsius.
this I'm trying to quit for Lent.
Yeah.
It's a little hard right now, I will admit, but overall I've been very healthy otherwise.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. It's good. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not a caffeine drinker, but like from what I hear from like Instagram probably is that like yes, caffeine is good, like, and it's a good wake up, but like you hit that like high and then you like go to that crash and then your next high isn't going to be as high. So then eventually if you're drinking caffeine every day, then your high is going to be lower than your original high without it. So like I'm like, if I just sleep, then I'll be fine. Now, when I'm a parent, I don't know if that'll be the same case. I hear a lot of people that say they started drinking coffee when they're a parent. So I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
if that's the case.
No, I think when I become a parent, oh my god, I'm gonna be so much fun as a dad.
Yeah, you will.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's gonna be so funny. If we become adults, we need to
You
have.
just say if we become adults.
If we become parents after school, doesn't matter for parents or not. I don't even know.
Mhm.
We better have a players or singers reunion
Yeah,
at
definitely.
someone's place. Remy and I have talked about this for
Mhm.
like somewhat of a few months, and we were just like, we better have a reunion. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that would be so fun.
Oh, absolutely would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's great because like all the talent that's like here. I sometimes I feel like I'm gonna get used to this talent that's like all around us. And like so like even like having like things like Taizé services, I'm just like, all right, like I can call from these people and I'm just like, or if we're doing I don't even know, music ministry, whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's so much around me that I'm just like, man, it's gonna stink when I don't have this around me. Cause then I go back home and I'm like, oh man, like I'll join the church choir. And then I'm just like, oh, it's not the same.
Will you come back to visit Iona to
I would
like
love
come to
to.
church and stuff like that?
I
every
would
now
love
and then?
to. So what I'm currently doing, I got accepted into Notre Dame.
Oh yeah,
and
you
I'll
told
be
me about
doing
this.
I'll be doing the Echo program. So I'll be placed somewhere in the country. So in theory, I probably will not be near here the next 2 years. However, I really want to visit, especially for the show in the spring, and like I do want to come back. That's gonna be like the hardest part of like leaving is because I want to come back and like see everyone because I got so many great friends that are undergrads, especially like yourself. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to, after college, I want to do grad school and my master's over for music, for like
Mhm.
performing arts. I would probably want to go to Berkeley.
wow.
And I know that's kind of far because it's in Boston area.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think about it. And if not, maybe do like a grad school at like the New York Music School
Wow.
in the city, or maybe just some program, maybe in like, I don't know, St. John's or like NYU.
Now, would you go for like performance or like writing or
Both.
Both. Okay.
Both, because I do a lot of songwriting right now, but I also like to perform.
Have you done any songwriting for the pep band?
Not for pep band, but just
Okay.
overall songwriting for like
Gotcha.
making tracks and
Nice.
stuff like that.
Cool.
Whether it's like acoustic or hip hop or lo-fi, just something chill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made a couple. I took the songwriting class.
Rosado?
Yeah, with Rosado. Yeah, I took that last spring.
I am gonna try to take it junior second semester. It just
Okay.
wasn't on my list. Michael
Yeah.
Finelli was just like, these are your courses. I may take an internship at some point.
Okay,
Because
nice.
they do require an internship as an arts leadership major, and it's
Gotcha.
not paid, but I
Yeah.
might take it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. So maybe junior or senior year I might do an internship. I don't know. What'll be like then. What it'll be like then.
Yeah. It's fun though. I like it. It's hard work. Really hard. I like arranging things more than I like writing my own music. Like I'm terrible with lyrics. Like I can write like melodies fine. Like I hear melodies pretty well, but like writing lyrics I'm terrible at. So
Yeah.
I need ChatGPT or something to
Oh my
fill in the
god.
blanks.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I like those socks, by the way. I
Thank
didn't
you.
notice
The
those.
cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has a good sock game, and then just me. I only got the True Religion socks. You can't really see the logo because of how far down it is,
Mhm.
but
yeah, it's
yeah.
the standard white ones.
yeah,
It's funny. You gotta work on your sock game.
yeah. I have a lot of good Nike socks though, but
Yeah.
I only wear it for like working out and stuff. Or if I'm wearing my forces, I'll wear those.
Mm.
But I love my overall fashion.
Yeah.
It's
No,
great.
no. I love I love fashion too, honestly. Recently, like when I was in high school, I didn't really dress up a lot. But now that I'm in college and like it's colder, I have a lot of options. My closet is packed with
You can do
clothes.
that in the summer too. There's like
Yeah,
shorts and shirts that you
I
can
know, but
wear.
it's not the same. It's like I feel like I can like layer and like so like I got the flannel, the undershirt, and like the jeans, the socks, the shoes. But in the summer, I sweat like nobody's business. Like I'm just literally sweating. So I'm like I can't layer up. I gotta have, and I don't have that many shorts and like shirts that are just like
Yeah.
nice, you know, or
Yeah.
like dress up.
Mhm.
This doesn't hit the same.
What sports have you played when you were growing up? I feel like I've asked you this before, but
Yeah,
like,
so I played mostly basketball when I was growing up. I played like CYO basketball with my church league for I think like 9 years, and then in high school I did 1 semester of rowing, and then I didn't actually play basketball for my high school. I stopped playing basketball for a bit. I did swimming instead. I did track. Well, I worked out with the track team. I never like did it. I did cross country and I played tennis.
nice.
Yep.
For me,
Mhm.
soccer, basketball,
Nice.
baseball, hockey were like the team sports I mainly played. And then for like some of the others, I did track and field and distance.
Nice.
I did swimming and diving.
Really? You
And
did
then
too?
yeah, and
Nice.
then I also did a little bit of volleyball too. And then I'd
Volleyball.
also say skiing is like one of my main sports right now.
Skiing. I've never skied. I don't know how to ski.
And I did jujitsu for a bit
Jiu-jitsu,
too.
dang.
So a little bit of martial arts there.
Yeah, you kind of did it. You were all over the board there.
Yeah. Well, it's funny
impressive.
because like growing up in the city, like my mom, like on the weekends would sign me up for sports, and she would ask me first, like she wouldn't force me to do it. She was like, "Hey Tyler, do you want to play soccer? Sure. Baseball? Sure." Like I was that kid
I see.
growing up.
Gotcha.
And then all my friends did the same things too, from like my leagues and also from my schools as well.
Gotcha. I forgot to mention I also played t-ball back in kindergarten and first
T-ball.
grade. I was a master at t-ball. Just kidding. I was not good. Yeah.
I played tennis as well. That's another sport I did.
Tennis is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I play any sport. Like I just like because I was always like around sports, I just like became pretty good at like pretty athletic. So like I'll play any sport you want me to learn. Like I remember I was playing touch rugby with some of the rugby guys.
Oh my
And
god.
I scored so many times. It's so much fun. And they were like, "Oh, like you ever want to join the team?" I'm like, "Nah."
Nah,
Like
it's
I'm
okay.
like
Yeah.
I'm too busy. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I was even like I don't want to say seriously thinking about it, but I was like, rugby, like that would be kind of cool to say you did. But I was like, Ryan, you can't do anything else. I'm like,
You
"All
did
right."
you'd be with Connor and all those
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
I know
Rugby guys.
so many rugby players. I know Peter's roommate George is on the rugby team as well.
Okay,
I
yeah.
know this kid named Anthony is also on the rugby
Ben
team.
too. from
Ben,
Young Life, yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Ben as well. Nick Mole used to be on the rugby team, but he's
Okay.
not anymore. So many people.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. Well, it has been an hour. It doesn't say it on the timer because we paused a little bit too. I'm gonna stop it from right here because I do have class very soon.
Mhm.
So thank you so much for having me
Of
on
course.
the
Thanks
podcast,
for
man.
having me.
And what I do for the end of it is I do a prayer
Wonderful.
at the end, and I'm actually gonna have you lead it this
Great.
time.
Yeah.
So, because I've done it a lot, and I want to get other guest speakers to do it.
Sure.
So, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Spirit,
Amen.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to just share life a little bit through a podcast and have a really, really great time. I thank you for my friend Tyler here. I thank you for all the great things we're a part of, and all the friends and the relationships we've made with the people here at Iona. Thank you for Iona. Lord, and we just pray for continued guidance and especially for the show coming up. Please help us all remember our lines, remember our dance moves, remember singing, remember everything that we need to remember, and have a really great show and get people to get there. And we pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Father,
Live
Son,
Jesus in
Holy
our hearts forever.
Forever.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
And thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Peace out.
Adios.
Adios. Wow. What an episode.